this is my favorite point of kind of the whole story, is really kind of how we operationalized it, because I think I know you can have all the data, you can have, determination about if a customer is high risk, if they're a promoter, if they're a detractor, if they're a high cost. We haven't talked about that yet, but there's an element of being able to look at your cost to serve through predictive modeling. You can have all that information, but really how you operationalize it, for me, is extremely important. So if you look at on the left-hand side, there's really kind of two parts. You've got the AI-driven routing. So this is where you identify callers through data lookups, and then when a customer calls in through the IVR. And then really depending on their revenue, their satisfaction, cost, retention opportunities, that logic pairs them with the right team. And that team, and why that team is because they're better equipped to handle that particular customer segment. So, based upon the pre-identified intelligence about the customer, fully automated, 100% over our several million customers a year. The second part, once you've kind of identified the customer, you've routed them to the correct group, is that the VOZIQ solution provides our agents with essentially an AI-enabled, super intelligent 360 view of the customer and really what actions they should take as a result of that. So if you kind of look at the section on the right, the four parts, first one is, in this case, you've got a predictive churn risk. So this customer, hypothetical customer, is a 78% high risk. You've been able to determine through predictive modeling that they're a detractor. It could be one of the 90% of your customers who don't have a survey, but through the intelligence of the VOZIQ solution, you're able to determine they're a detractor. And then really what their risk segment is. In this case, this customer is a higher risk. They're an out of contract, a low usage customer. So really then you kind of pivot over to the second part, which is the offers. In our case, along with, NPV is something that we use to kind of value the offers, and then also look at compensating our agents that way as well. So we started with the renewal offers, as I mentioned earlier, renewal offers for high-risk customers, although in our near future plans, we're looking at non-renewal offers for upsells, may just be white glove service, could be data collection like emails, and really those are obvious ways to be able to still contribute to customer lifetime value through higher recurring revenue, lower cost opportunities. So really there's traditional renewal that we started with, but there's many other use cases in which you can maximize your lifetime value outside of just renewals.